This is a Boardwalk Audio podcast.
The Meat Improv!
Hello and welcome to the Meat Improv with me, Josh Simpson.
And me, Jake Jabor.
Oh, you're slowing up the cadence a little bit.
I'm mixing it up.
The Meat Improv is, of course, the storytelling and improv comedy podcast where we bring on comedian guests to tell true, meaty stories from their lives, and then we do long-form improvisation based on those stories. Today we have two long overdue guests, I must say. You might know them collectively as a small-town sheriff, right? You guys had a little cage match run at one point, did you not?
We did. I think about 11 years ago, we won like 2 cage match in a row or something.
I'm an improv historian, so I remember all these things.
Well, we've been waiting by the phone, so we're glad that you finally...
They share one landline. Mike Leffingwell and Ben Siemon.
Hello.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Thanks for having us, buddy. I'm excited about it.
So, welcome to the show. You guys have been performing together for, or when did you start performing together? What was it? Was it Small Town Sheriff or was it a Herald team?
We were on a Herald team first in 2008, 2007 or 2008.
That sounds right.
And then we were both working day jobs at the time, and we started IMing each other.
I am.
Remember I am? Or G-chatting?
It's
Or
like
we were
Snapchat for our teenage listeners, but you get to keep the message forever.
It might have been G-chat. It was the odds, and it was a crazy time. But I remember we would just kind of joke around on online together, and then we would also sometimes be like, "Hey, I wrote a sketch. Do you want to check this out?" And then I don't know if we ever talked about this, but I was kind of like, "Oh, this guy has kind of a similar sensibility to me." I don't remember how we started.
I don't know.
Improvising together.
When I was on the Herald team, mostly everybody was more experienced, right? Like Billy Merritt was on our team.
Is that Hey Uncle Gary?
Yeah.
And you had been teaching already, I think, and you had you been on a Herald team in New York?
You were on Gravy.
Yeah. No,
you're in a Herald team here.
I was never running Herald teams in New York, but I was on, I think, 2 before Uncle Gary.
But I just remember thinking like, oh, why is this guy talking to me? He's so experienced. And I'm just a new fresh off the boat kid.
Because Billy and Julie Brister would just push Ben aside when they passed him. They wouldn't look at him.
But and then we started doing shows together. We haven't done any shows together recently, so we should probably start doing that again, right?
Yeah.
It's been a little bit of time.
We'll do one today.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like a great idea.
We did it. That was an interesting Herald team. I remember Hey Uncle Gary because it was like there was some vets, and then there was some you think was it Becky Feldman was on there?
Becky was added later, right?
Yeah, Becky and Brian Galvin were added at the end. But yeah, Brett Christensen and then June and
Casey were on it.
Really?
Yeah, June for a very short period of time.
Boy, I don't remember that.
Because Casey got added to SNL pretty quickly after.
Yeah.
Like maybe 2 months after or something like that. And then June
did a few more shows and didn't.
Yeah.
And then stopped.
They both stopped.
They were in Sentimental Lady too. This is only.
I think so. Yeah.
They were. This is very.
It's all going to be edited out.
There's 4 people right now that are going.
You're kidding. Well, cool. Well, thank you for being on the show with us.
Yeah,
a little reunion.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I guess I'm just going to ask about this, Ben. So you're engaged.
Oh, I got married.
You got fully married.
Yeah, I got married.
I didn't see the ring, but I think I saw a photo.
Yeah, I got married like a month ago, I guess. I should know, right? Yeah, we got
March-ish.
We got engaged, and then he was going to Australia to do the Fringe Festival there, and I was going to go to Australia, and we wanted to elope, and then he was like, "Let's just elope in Australia because you're already going to be there," and so we did.
Do you have to do different paperwork for that? You know what I mean?
You have to apply. Yeah, you have
it's
to
stapled on the other side of the form.
We had to like fill out these forms and get them notarized and stuff. And I think usually they said like, because we got married on this island, Hamilton Island, which is kind of like this vacation island. Like it's kind of like, what's so funny about it?
Where everyone is constantly quoting the music line.
Exactly. And I guess usually it takes like a month to get the paperwork approved, but we were like trying to do it in 2 weeks, and we were going to be the first gay couple to be married on the island. So they like
Really?
Yeah. So they were really like pushing for us, and they were like let's get these gays, let's get these gays married. Because
So you're like, his part of Australia history?
for that island, we are. I mean,
They were courting you a little bit to make sure you didn't go to another island.
oh man, I mean, you could tell like because there's like one wedding. It's like a resort island or something. But
Yeah.
it's not that big, so there's like one wedding planning place. Like there's only one place, and then we like went to talk to the photographer, and they were like, "Can we please use your pictures? Like, can we put them in all of our things?" Like they were just like really excited.
That's
to be
great.
Like, oh, gay people because. I think their marriages just started in December. Like they voted, but it was
Yeah, it
still
was
like a
pretty
delay. So it hasn't been that long.
Were your guys' families bothered at all that you guys eloped, that they couldn't be part of the wedding, or did anyone care?
I don't know. I mean, I can't really tell because my mom is always like trying to be a people pleaser or whatever. So I can't really tell if she's upset. I think she's just like, you can do whatever you want. But then like, I don't know.
Just,
like
the voice gets a little higher.
it's not a problem. Just do it. And Justin's parents, like his brother eloped too, and so I think his mom was temporarily like really being like, you guys have to have a wedding because your brother didn't. And then I think she just kind of got over it. So I don't know. She may be upset, but it seems like it's going to be okay.
What's the notification process for eloping? Like, were you like, we're going to do this when we get down there, or you didn't tell anybody, then did it, and then told everybody? Or
Good question, dude.
Great question, Jake. I told my immediate family that we were going to elope. And then, then with social media, you just got to post those pics.
Yeah.
Sweet pics, and then everyone
knows. Okay.
But I don't think I could have gone and not told them that I was going to do it. I feel like I got to do that. So
That's cool.
And then are you going to have a party or something?
Oh man, we've been talking about that. You're opening a wound, Josh. We thought about having a party, but then it like, I feel like I don't want to have a party because then when we start talking about it, it becomes something bigger and bigger. And I'm just like, it seems like we're just going to have a second wedding. Like what's the point of eloping? And then like, how many people do you invite? And I hate all that stuff. So we might have something like maybe our year anniversary. Maybe we'll have something.
There you go.
I had like another couple that did that they eloped and then they had a party after a year, and that felt good. So we'll see what happens.
Mike, what was your wedding like?
It was a bit of a shotgun
wedding.
scenario.
Really?
My wife was almost 5 months pregnant, and we had been
Dating for 6 months.
Did you see the movie Knocked Up? We met in
Betty
college.
used to be a reporter, right?
She's gonna get a promotion. And Kristen Wiig was being mean to her. No, we'd been dating since college, and so I think the idea was that we would eventually get married, but I was not in a hurry to do it. And at the time, we were 25, and then she got herself pregnant. She got pregnant because we were both stupid, and so then we were just like, I called my mom and I was like, Betty's pregnant, we're getting married, and she was like, congratulations. When you tell people from now on, you maybe just tell them we're getting married, so it's not like, and then like ease into it. And I was like, that's good advice, because it was just, I was so terrified.
Uh-huh.
So we lived in New York at the time, and her mom was helping to plan it in Houston because that's where Betty's from and that's where we were going to do it. And her mom was going through breast cancer at the time, and so it was like all these things were happening at once. And I think her mom was happy to have a project, but I felt terrible because she was doing all this heavy lifting, and I was in New York where I was like, oh, I'm going to go to Florida for a week to do a short form improv tour at Disneyland. Good luck, Betty, while you're pregnant. But so she was pregnant, but she wasn't showing yet. And it was actually really great. We did it at a park down the street from her house. And I had a friend of mine kind of make this, can it be an altar if it's not religious? Is that altar just a wedding? Like he made like a thing, like an arch wooden thing for us.
There you go.
And then another friend of ours played music, and then Betty's friend made her dress, and then
Whoa.
Wow.
there was some other homemade. What's that?
I said, how did it turn out?
She looked like the little match girl. It was awful. No, it was beautiful. It was great. But it was,
I figured.
it just felt really organic, and then we had just a reception at a friend's house down the street, and similar to your having a party 1 year later, although now we've almost been married for 15 years, but Betty felt bad that there wasn't any dancing at the reception, so I have this fantasy that on some anniversary I'll organize something where people get together and can dance.
There you go.
I'm talking real shit. Things I should tell me. So got the truth.
Josh, I know your fiance's maid of honor made her wedding dress. I wanted to help out a little bit.
I think it's probably best if you sit this one out.
I
Jake.
made you a tuxedo.
You know what? I'm just going to go to Men's Warehouse.
No, look, I made it.
Okay.
And I wanted it to mean something. So like different parts are made from our friendship. It's got a little bit of your lacrosse uniform, and also some parts are the Jinkos from when we used to wear Jinkos.
Oh, where you found those Jinkos?
Yeah. Try it. Did you try it on?
I'll put it on the coat. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like a traditional service. We're sort of going for a traditional look. Like,
Pull the hood up.
I'm not going to wear a hood. I'm not going to wear a hood at my wedding. I do appreciate. I like the jacket. I mean, I definitely like maybe frame it and put it in like in the man cave or something.
What?
Knock, knock. Oh, I know I'm not supposed to see you before, but I'm sorry. Are you the rapper Snow?
No, it's me.
What? Oh. Well, sweetie, get out of that ridiculous
It's a
rave costume. And
Jake's trying to do something nice for my.
I made that tuxedo for the wedding.
Oh.
I'm not much of a sewer, but I think I did okay.
He's more of a gluer, it seems.
Rubber cement will hold.
We're Skyping the wedding into my father's hospital room before we take him off life support. This is what you want him to wear?
Well, I just thought it would be a Men's Warehouse. That guy doesn't know you. I know you. This has sentimental. There's sentimental here.
There's something sentimental.
You guys aren't
about
seeing
it.
the whole picture.
I am seeing the whole picture.
Put the goggles on.
All right. I'm going to go keep getting mimosa'd up with my girlfriends, okay?
Hey,
Josh, deal with this.
Cool it on the mimosas, by the way. My wife's an alcoholic.
Yikes.
Yeah, there's a lot of moving pieces here, so I don't need to be looking like a 1990s Canadian white rapper.
Fine.
I understand it's sentimental, but I appreciate the gift. I'll keep it. I'm not gonna. It does mean something to me, but the wedding itself is like, I sort of did a lot of planning. I don't need a lot of sentimental stuff.
Sure.
Hey, come on. Don't stand in the corner.
Will you at least try the boots on?
Why did you give me tuxedo boots? You said you're making me a tuxedo. Why would you make boots?
Why is that the question you ask? And
Okay,
not
fine.
Okay, here we go. Velcro. Another one. Okay.
Okay.
How did they fit? I made those shoes.
Yeah, I believe it. Not my size.
Too big, too small.
Too small.
Too
Too small. These look like you
Okay.
took them off a Paddington Bear or something like that.
I did. I took them off the Paddington Bear. Too small? Okay, what about these sandals?
Stop working so hard.
What do you want from me?
I want you to just relax. Have a mimosa. All you got to do today is worry about your speech.
Knock, knock. Hey, I'm the arch builder. I'm building the arch, the non-religious arch
Yes,
for the
thank you.
wedding. And I need to know what you're wearing for the wedding so I can build the arch appropriately.
Okay.
I need to know.
I would hope the arch would be done by now. You're still you're just getting started on it, are you?
It's 90% done, but I need to make some adjustments. I love to incorporate what solely the groom is wearing for the arch, and I just need to.
We cut to a backyard. It's just a deck. Like, I don't. Maybe a bathing suit. I don't know. Like I don't understand. I thought you were just going to lay planks of wood down.
No, I need to know what you're wearing before I make the deck.
God, I don't know. Sandals, board shorts. I mean, I was hoping to relax out here, but I don't want to feel locked into having to wear a specific outfit when I come in my backyard.
Oh, but if you don't wear the same outfit, it won't match.
Yeah. All right. Well, okay. I guess I'm sorry. You were very highly recommended. No one made clear to me that I have to match with my deck. I really don't give a shit if it matches.
Well, excuse me. I'm just going to take my deck and go. Goodbye, sir.
Wait, you already built it?
Well,
Before you knew what I was going to wear? Wait a second.
90% of it, sir. And then I was going to adjust and make some tinkering based on your outfit.
Oh, God, it really does match me perfectly. I never thought wood could be like a reflection.
Cut to a week later. Get rid of this deck. Why would you fashion a deck out of your worst outfit? Sandals and board shorts? We're going to host parties back here.
Sometimes I like to skateboard with my friends.
Oh, you do not.
I do. I'm gonna. Look, I'm gonna call Raj.
It's too
and we're
late
gonna
to
go
become
out.
a skater.
It's not too late. I used to skate, all right?
This is an ugly backyard. It's a bad deck.
You know what's ugly?
Careful.
You on the inside. I don't want to do this anymore.
Okay. I don't either. By the way, why is there scripture in this deck? Is this a religious deck?
Wait, what?
This looks like old scrap metal from a religious arch.
Oh, this is like in and out things where you flip up the cup and then you find out, wait a second, this is religious fast food. What the fuck?
Let's get into the meat part of the podcast. This is where we get into the true stories. Mike, you're up first.
Okay.
What would you like to talk about? By the way, if you hear my phone buzzing, dear listener, it's just the same health insurance that calls me every day, 4 times a day, asking me if I want to sign up for health insurance. I already have health insurance, so don't worry about it.
You get harassed by the same health insurance people? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I have no idea when it started. It just started, or how it started, but it's like in the last 2
Have
weeks.
you asked them to not call you?
I hit the do not call thing. But when you pick up, whatever. This isn't.
I get
this
like
isn't my
4
story.
calls a day from my daughter's middle school, and it's always a recorded thing being like, "We're going to have coffee with the superintendent if you want." And it's borderline harassment.
Wow. I think I'm ready to I would take a phone that didn't have a phone call option. I think at this point.
Oh yeah, where you can't.
I can only
You can
initiate.
only text and
Yeah,
email.
yeah.
And
Oh yeah,
Just it only had my parents and 911 on it.
yeah.
That'd be fine. All right. To your story, Mike. Enough about my incessantly ringing phone.
Well, I was trying to think of a meaty story, and I thought of a few, and then after thinking about it, I realized all of them involve me inappropriately yelling at someone. So here's one of those stories.
Boy.
I know it was a big wake up call for me to realize
Sometimes the meat leads to enlightenment.
how many stories I have are me being abusive. But I was in Austin where my mom lives, and my sister had recently gotten married, and we were going to go to her mother-in-law's house, her husband's mother's house. I'm explaining what a mother-in-law is. So I was at my mom's house, and it's me and my mom, and then my mom's sister who lives in Northern California, my aunt, who's great. And my mom and my aunt are really close with each other. They're like best friends. They talk all the time, and I've never seen them have a crossword between them. But so we're getting ready, and I am ready, and then my mom sometimes takes a long time to get ready, and she's drinking this story, I should also preface by saying, paints a picture of my mom that is not 100% accurate with how she is as a human. Cause she's not a drinker and she's amazing. But anyway, so she's getting ready and she's just taking a long time and she's drinking wine. And so she's kind of enjoying herself. And so my aunt is getting kind of stressed out and wanting to leave and being really anxious about getting there on time. And she's like, your mom always does this. We're like, she just ends up taking too long and then we're late and then I feel terrible. And so she was like, I want you to tell me if she's drinking. And then meanwhile, I go in and check on my mom and my mom is kind of laughing about her sister being stressed out. And again, I can't stress how much they really get along. But so I go to my mom and she's having wine. She's kind of like enjoying, like saucily enjoying like that my aunt's getting upset. And
like she always does, right?
No,
You wanted to make that clear.
no, if that's a test, then no, she doesn't. They really. Do you ever have it where you're telling a story and then you're realizing like this doesn't reflect an accurate picture of this person, but this particular story, like,
Yeah.
But anyway, so my mom kind of puts me in the middle. She's like, "Don't tell her I'm drinking," and so now my mom is saying, "Keep this secret from me," and my aunt is saying, "You tell me if something's going on." So, something happened where I think I was like, I know what it was. My mom had asked me to get her more wine. And so I'm traveling with the cup and I'm going in the kitchen and I'm sneaking some more wine in there. And,
I also like to imagine that you're just ready to go in this scenario. Like, you just have jobs. Sorry, go ahead.
well, it was a pretty informal event. Like we were meeting the in-laws, but it wasn't like it wasn't a big dress up thing. So, but my mom's one of those people like she likes to like, get made up. And so I get the wine and then my aunt like appears out of nowhere and is like, what's this? And I can't remember what I said, but I made some joke like, you caught me or something. And she like dead serious. And my aunt and I also are like really close and there's never really been a crossroad between us. But she was like, that's bullshit. This is bullshit. And so I go into the bathroom where my mom's getting ready. And I was like, yeah, Carolyn, like, I think she's really upset. And she's like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. So then I start getting irritated that my mom's not taking it seriously at all. My aunt's taking it way too seriously. And I'm caught in the middle of this thing that I don't care about at all. So we drive to my sister's mother-in-law's house and we park and then we're getting out and I was like, hey guys, I just have to say something. I was like, and I really don't appreciate that you put me in the middle of that whole thing because it's your guys' thing. It has nothing to do with me. And then I am not very confrontational. And so there have been times when I have, this is the yelling thing that I was saying. Sometimes when I do confront something, it's like this dam just opens up and I do it way too much. So it got to the point where every time they started to explain, I was just like, I don't give a fuck. This is your bullshit. You shouldn't have asked me to get you the wine, and you shouldn't get mad at me. So fuck both of you. And the other thing about my mom and my aunt is they're both very like pro therapy, pro self-actualization. So as I'm berating them and abusing them, they're both kind of nodding like, yeah, Michael, good. Like, stand up for yourself. Like, see, they're like, I can see this pride in their eyes. So it's to the point where I'm just like physically exhausted just from unloading on this thing. There was not nowhere near worth the level of rage that came out of me. And then we go into the party and the mother-in-law pulls me aside and she's like, hey, is everything all right? Because I guess everybody had been in the backyard when this was happening. And I didn't realize this, but I guess my aunt had started to open the door. So the car door was open and they were like 15 feet away from us while I was just screaming at like top volume at my mother and my aunt who were so proud of me for doing it.
What did you say? Just like,
I was like, get the fuck out of it. No, I don't remember. I was like, everything's fine. Sorry you heard that.
Man, I'm trying to think of, well, first of all, give me the cliff notes on your other ones.
The one other one specific that I thought of was I had started this job and we were trying to figure out if we could stay late one day. And, I was saying, well, I can't stay late this day because it's my this was years ago. And I was like, it's my daughter's birthday. And And then I was like, she's 17. And then this woman who I didn't know very well was like, is she? And I was like, no. And so I kept kind of doing these jokes like that with this woman who, and in retrospect, she was 100% in the right. I was 100% in the wrong. But I was doing these sarcastic jokes with a woman who didn't know me very well. And she was getting increasingly irritated where she was like, I don't know you. But it ended up with us behind closed doors where I was being like, I wouldn't joke around with you if I didn't like you. All right. So like, and everyone, people outside later were like, I've never heard you use profanity before. Yeah, it was awful. But we did like this 20-minute just screaming match at each other. And again, totally out of character for me, and I think for her also.
Is there any correlation between the, like, do you think that there's something that's sort of like, is it just like a slow build of social faux pas? I don't know. Like, is there anything that's like, oh, this, I guess, is what sets me off, or this is how this happens?
I guess the thing that maybe sets me off is if I feel like I am being wronged in some way. But in the first case, I would say it was kind of wrong to put me in the middle, but I had a totally disproportionate response. In the second time, I thought I was being wronged. So I was like, clearly I'm joking. But then like, and it was maybe years later, I was like, oh no, wait, she was totally right. Here's a fun fact. That woman was one of the teenagers from Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, who later went into producing.
Really?
I identify with you because I am not confrontational at all too, and I have the same thing where if I do, then it ends up being bigger than normal. Like I think the last time I really got really upset was like Sean Diston, one of the performers at UCB, was like coaching one of the Herald teams, but like next to when I was teaching, and they were just being really, really loud and like slamming and like just the most noise I'd ever heard. I don't know what they were doing. So like I was like gonna go be like, hey, can you guys be quiet? But instead, when I opened the door, I was like, I have never heard so much noise in this entire, and I'd never talked to Sean before, and just like fumed at him, and like everybody in the room was just like, I didn't even know what happened. I was so embarrassed. And then now that's like, I'm sure whenever I see Sean, then he's like, you're the guy that opened the door and screamed at us for rehearsing.
Yeah, I've never seen you blow up at anybody before.
It's pretty rare.
I thought there was one time I did it with you where you and I were texting back and forth. I can't remember what it was, but there was something you did that I thought was passive, and I called you. And I was like, "Hey, man, like, I'm trying to be sincere with it." And you were immediately like, "All right, buddy, I'm sorry, buddy." I'm like, all right.
I once had a thing where I was at South by Southwest, and it was like a pretty good time in my life. like I was like literally like right after South by Southwest, I was starting a new job that I was excited about.
What was the job?
It was when I was writing for Team Coco, the website, which is a whole nother thing, but maybe foolishly excited for that job. It was fine. But so it was a weird thing where like I was in South by Southwest to talk about like the Twitter thing. And then I was...
You mean the BP oil?
And I was doing something for Funny or Die. And then also Team Coco was there. And they just hired me. So I had like this vacation before I started. And I was like... I invited the Team Coco guys to this Funny or Die party. This is like the lamest fucking droppy name, whatever.
No, but it sounds like there was this confluence of like, oh, all these kind of amazing things are happening. I'm here, I'm in a fun, exciting place, and I'm technically kind of working, so it's even better.
Yeah. Well, you know that the feeling where like you're about to start a job, so you're like, right before that,
really
you're
relax.
Like,
you don't know how disappointing it's going to be.
So I was like really in total vacation, good times mode and stuff, drinking a little bit, which has reared its head. But there was someone at this Funny or Die party who I worked with. I helped produce a video way earlier, but the video was so offensive and bad that like I didn't even ask Funny or Die to pay me for it. It was like a freelance thing. They like handed me this thing and were like, punch it up a little, like we can produce it. And
what was so offensive about it?
Trying to be very dancing around.
The premise of the thing, and I don't think this guy was necessarily in the wrong, but it was like, it was at a convenience store. There was like, boy, is an Indian guy that worked at the convenience store. Very topical now with the Apu thing. And like me and my friend were playing like people trying to rob it or whatever, and then he would scare us off. Like it was basically a one-note sketch. He scared us off by like having fake dynamite on himself, like a fake bomb on himself, and also doing. I mean, he's the Indian guy, so he can get away with some of this stuff. Like. But even then, before like people were trying to be woke at all, I was like, this doesn't feel right. Like,
So it was his sketch?
It was kind of his sketch, but he had also like, that was the one idea and we were trying to like build around it. But I just like, I did enough stuff at Funny or Die where I was like, I can't have my face and stuff that I'm not feeling anymore. And it definitely happened to me a couple times at Funny or Die where like I was in something and then there was an uproar and then like everyone took their name off it, but I'm like, oh thanks, my face is still on the fucking thing. So I just kind of like backed away and was like, they had all the footage and I just gave it to them and I was like, I'm not working on this from here on out. Like you have the thing that we talked about. Anyway, was one producer on that who was kind of difficult at the time, but not very difficult. But she like, I saw her at this Funny or Die party and I was like, hey, what's up? She's like, I thought we were cool, Josh. And I was like, oh, fuck. And like, I was like, come on. I was like, if I gave this to Funny or Die, she's like, yeah, you didn't work on it. Or she like started coming at me and like wouldn't at all like was not interested in a handshake. Let's just put it that way. Do you know what I mean?
Like you couldn't resolve it.
I couldn't. Everything I said was gonna get worse, and it turned into a screaming match that they like followed us on the back of this party bus, and my new employers were right there. So I was just screaming at this. Like I remember there was like it turned a corner where like I just snapped and I was like, all right, you want to do this? And I was like, that's a fucking racist premise. And I just went at it, and then the next day I woke up and I was like, oh my God, I have to address this with my two new bosses.
Oh man.
And they were like, hey, you just seem passionate. Which I think was a way of being like, okay. Like they technically it can't affect my job because I hadn't started yet. And it was a party. Do you know what I mean?
I like that logic of like anything that happens at a party, technically. It's fair game. Like,
but I mean, I was too drunk. I never yell like that. I can't even think of another time where I've like expressed my anger in like I've never done that. I usually am pretty good about like, do you know what I mean?
I don't because I'm a yeller. So.
Yeah. Anyway. I feel like you guys are all worried about me now.
I'm not worried about it.
I worked there for a year and a half.
But everything you said makes sense of like you were drinking, which is already going to kind of like raise the level a little bit. And it seemed like she was being kind of unreasonable where you were like, I felt really uncomfortable at working on this.
Yeah.
And she wasn't hearing that side of it.
I wasn't even trying to bring up that side of it. You know what I mean? Until she wouldn't even just be like, you know, I've seen so many people that have worked on stuff that like, you know, that wasn't 100% kosher that you just go like, oh, hey, how's it going? That's how you do it. Right? you don't, I don't know. Make it into a thing. Why is this about me now? Jake, when did you yell at someone?
I don't have a ton of that. Like, I'm also non-confrontational. I can't think. The thing that it made me think of is like, when I was a teacher, because I was a special education teacher, I would often be in classrooms that were not my classroom. I would just like push into the classroom and it would be the biology teacher's classroom. And I would be there to like support my students or wait till they broke into groups and work with them. And
how many students were you working with on average at a time?
In a classroom, it might be like 3 or 4. My caseload was like 28 or 30. So,
gotcha. And how old were the kids? Like this is
this is middle school to high school. So like 7th through 12th grade. So, and it would be like, okay, I have to work with this student 60 minutes a week on ELA. So I'm going to push into their English language arts class and help support them in whatever kind of group work they're doing.
Does this story end with you yelling at a mentally handicapped person? Or
No, it does not. Okay, what would routinely happen is I would watch teachers snap. Like, there's an old NPR story about the rubber room, which is like they couldn't fire. And there's a teacher in there who's like, I threw a desk. He's like, I don't I wanted to get into teaching because I loved it. He's like, and I was passionate. And he's like, and I snapped and I threw a desk across the room. So now I'm in this rubber room because they can't fire me because of the union or whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah, I heard that.
I would see those moments because one of the things they teach you if you're going to be a special education teacher in another person's classroom is like, you have to respect the power dynamic. Like, not that I would get control over the room, but they don't want you to try because you're essentially saying the person who runs this room is not running this room correctly. Right. I'm going to come in and run the room. So a lot of it is just like you watch it happen and you'll watch the class kind of be rowdy and the teacher like try some stuff and it's like they continue to try it and then it's like this is going to be bad. And they like kind of forget that you're in the room or like, and I've just seen like a dozen times teachers just like slam their fists against the board and be like, I need everybody to shut up. and then they're like, and it's like, you just watch that like click where somebody's just like, I can't do this right now. Like people have breaking points and like routinely watching somebody just like the nicest person. We were having a great chat 30 minutes earlier and it's like it doesn't take anything but a room full of teenagers to make like a responsible mature adult just be like pound their fist on a desk and then be like okay and everybody's like frozen and it was just like the first time I saw it happen I was like unprofessional and then you would just see it happen enough times where it's like oh everybody kind of has that point where they're like I stopped thinking rationally. I just like exploded.
Yeah.
So that's kind of the thing that makes me think of that. It's like people who like there was no indication that this was going to happen, but I was observing long enough to just like watch the kids just like push a teacher's buttons over the course of a day. And then it was like, I can't take it anymore. But I normally had small groups. So it was like, I never had that problem. I don't think I ever snapped at a student. I did like there was a kid that like I sent to the office and then I like watched out the window and he didn't go to the office and I like marched out of my classroom and walked him to the office and was like took him into the office and I was like he needs to sit here and it was like it felt like somebody else was controlling me like I was just like and then went and talked to the principal and was like and like they're getting the end of it. They don't get to see all this stuff. So it's just like Mr. Jabor is very worked up. I'm just like, you don't understand it. He said, like, I told him to sit down. He didn't sit down. And
the kid's just sitting there with doe eyes.
Yeah, it's like, well, he won.
I'm talking real shit. Things I should tell me.
Hey, so thanks so much for seeing me for this job interview. I'm excited that I've made it this far. And
oh, great! Well, we're excited about your. You seem like a great candidate.
Thanks. I mean, yeah, just engineering's my life, and this would be a dream. Can you hold on just 1 second?
Okay.
Oh, it's my landlord. Hold on. Hello, Jerry.
Yeah, it's a third of the month. And
Okay. You want to do this now? You want to do this right now, Jerry?
just a friendly reminder.
Oh, just a friendly reminder. You passive aggressive motherfucker. Why don't you take your dick and put it up your butt? Okay, Jerry? I'm so fucking sick of this. I don't need this right now.
It's just it's rent is due at first of the month.
Oh, okay. My dick's due on the third of the month. Goodbye. Oh, sorry about that.
Wow. That was. Are you okay, sir?
Oh, yeah. I'm fine. Let me tell you what I think about the current state of engineering right now.
Would you say that outburst is typical of your disposition? You'd be in charge of quite a lot of people if you were to get this job.
No, not at all. Not at all. And also that's my landlord. So in a way, like he holds dominion over me because I have to pay him for this apartment. But obviously
very nice. It sounded like he was just reminding you that rent was due.
Well,
third of the month.
I mean, the fact that you could hear him from over there on my cell phone tells me that he was probably screaming. So he's Hold on just one second. Hello?
This is an interview.
Hello?
Hi, I'm Greg. I'm your Lyft driver. I think you left your wallet in the car.
Oh, is that right, Greg? Is that right? Why don't you try to scam somebody else, Mr. Nigerian Prince? Go fuck yourself. I left the wallet in my car, and then I go, and then I'm like, I got my wallet. And then you're like, well, then I'll take that one. And then you give me the empty one.
How would I
Fuck you, Greg. Why don't you take your dick, swallow it, poop it out your butt, and then stick it up your butt. All right?
God.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, God.
Fuck you, Greg. Click.
What? What was that about? From my understanding, I only heard part of the conversation. It sounds like you left your wallet in a shared ride, and they were trying to return it to you.
That's what he wanted me to believe, but it was obviously a scam.
Do you have your wallet with you?
I don't seem to have it right now, but it's probably I'm sure it's in my jacket pocket. Like, it's not in my jacket.
Do you have some kind of obsession with dicks and
Sorry?
where people should put them?
I would hate to jeopardize my chances at this interview, but I don't think it's appropriate for you to ask me that question. I'm sorry. That's like asking how old somebody is or their religion. Like,
you may be right.
I'm straight, by the way, though. Okay, if that's what you're getting at.
Okay, this is taking a real turn. I'm not asking that at all. So what do you? I really should just cancel this interview at this point. But
Really?
I mean, you seem like a very aggressive person, sir.
Oh, well, I'm passionate about my job. Can you excuse me for just 1 second?
What is
I'm
it?
so sorry. I'm blowing up. Hold on 1 second. Hello.
Hello, this is a recording from your elementary school.
Oh, it's a recording? It's a recording?
We would like to invite
Fuck you, recording. Why
to
don't
a
you
principal's
take your
coffee
computer chips,
and cookies.
computer chip dick, rip it off your robot body, and fuck yourself in the ass with it.
We'll see you Saturday
Till you bleed
for
robot
coffee with
oil
the principal.
blood or whatever.
We cut to the school. Did the robot voice work? Did people...
No.
Were people nicer
I kept
to you?
getting told to put my butt. Now they're just saying put my robot dick in my butt.
I don't understand why you're calling in the robot voice. Just use your own voice.
But if people think it's a recording, maybe they won't lash out so much. But it seems that I'm just getting lashed out at regardless.
But you could just make it sound like you're recording. You don't have to do this like Vicky from Small Wonder voice.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Maybe people are taking...
Someone's got to have coffee with the superintendent.
I'm
That's all I
trying
know.
to get it done. But maybe people are taking umbrage with robots.
Sir, I'm sorry. We're going to find someone to have coffee with you. I promise.
I just don't understand why people are so upset.
I don't either. It might be the robot voice. I can just try doing it in my regular voice. Let's see. Boop, 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 boop.
He calls the same guy.
Hello.
Hello. This is a recording from your elementary school. We were wondering...
What's the recording? Hey, I got a message for you. Why don't you play this back? Fuck you, answering machine.
Coffee.
Why don't you travel back to 1982 and put a dick in the time machine and fuck yourself in the play button. Take your audio cassette.
Click. That didn't work at all.
Yeah, you didn't even commit to the robot, to the recording.
I was
thing.
not-
You
I-
reacted to what he was saying.
He told me to go back in time and put a penis in my butt or something. It's just,
Really?
Yeah. I
thought
don't
he
even
said
know.
to put a dick in a time machine.
Yeah, put the dick in the time machine, it sounded like.
Okay,
And
well,
then
I
travel
didn't
back with
quite
that.
hear it. I was
And
getting
then have the dick hit
berated.
the play button on your answering machine.
I have all this coffee, and I need someone to drink it with me. So you
We're
need
gonna
to get on
find
top
someone,
of
sir, I promise.
this.
I
Sorry.
promise.
We went to Costco. I have a Costco-sized amount of coffee.
Maybe it's that you said you were recording, so it kind of has the same effect as
Okay,
a robot.
Yeah. It just seems like people wouldn't yell at something that couldn't hear or listen.
Maybe just some kind of preamble, like "This is a recording. I can't hear what you're saying," or "Don't respond." Maybe that'll work.
Okay.
Yeah, give that a shot. Say this is a recording. Don't respond because I can't hear you.
All right, same guy in the interview.
Hello, this is a pre-recording. I cannot hear you, so please don't respond. We would just like to
Oh, you
invite
can't
you
hear me?
to
Huh?
coffee
Oh,
with
sorry,
the
you
principal.
Helen Keller recording piece of shit. Why don't you
We've got
take
cookies
Anne, what's her
and
name,
coffee
the miracle worker,
to have
rip her dick off and rub it on your hand to spell out water.
attendant
Piece
on
of
Saturday.
shit.
We've got
I am in a
coffee.
job interview
Okay.
right now. I cannot have this conversation. Hangs up. Okay, I'm sorry. I promise that's going to be the last time I take any more calls. I'm sorry, sir.
You are not getting this job. Did you hear what you said about Helen Keller?
What? I signed. I did the. Isn't that what they do? Where you sign in her hand?
Oh my God. What?
Well, I understand that I'm not getting the job. I just need to take this call. Hold on just 1 second. Hello.
Hi, this is the school nurse. Unfortunately, your son, he's okay, but he was playing kickball, and the ball hit him in the butt, and he fell on his penis.
Oh, really? Oh, really? Why do you do that? You do all that stuff. Except at the end of it, after the ball hits you in the butt and you fall down on your penis, why don't you take your penis, put it up your butt where the ball is?
I'm just informing you that your son's penis got put in his own butt, and
oh God. Oh, God, this has got to be some kind of ironic fate. I manifested this through yelling at people all my life. Oh, no.
he's going to be okay. We're going to send him to St. Anthony's Hospital.
St. Anthony's?
What? Yes.
Oh, I hate that fucking place.
What?
Oh, I'm a saint. Look at me. I'm from heaven. Ooh, but I'm on earth, and I'm a hospital. I'm a building.
This is a recording. Please do not respond.
Hey, Ben.
Yeah.
Thanks for flying in for the family reunion, by the way.
Of course.
Very cool of you to come all the way across the country.
I miss everybody. I wanted to be here.
So, as usual, we got a little uncle drama. I think Uncle Andy is he maybe isn't eating as healthy as he should be, considering the new diagnosis of diabetes. So he's kind of going to town on the pretzels and the fruit out there. So just keep an eye on him, okay? I just don't. Did you do me a favor for the family reunion? Just keep an eye on him.
I mean, I can.
I'd love it.
Is there? I mean, I'll definitely want to help out, but is there a reason why you can't do that? Are you doing that too, or?
Well, Andy's a little sensitive about me as brother, keeping tabs. So it's better to have a proxy.
Okay.
Did Ben agree to it? Honey, did Ben agree to keep it?
Yeah, I think he just did, right, Ben?
I'm going to tape this wire.
Sure. What?
Tape this wire, put this recorder in your back pocket.
Don't ever reveal the wire.
Thank you for doing this.
I don't understand
We
what's
just want to monitor.
going on. Can't I just tell you if he's eating pretzels or not? Like, why do you need to catch it on tape?
It has to be very casual the way you bring it up. If he suspects at all that Uncle Charles, is keeping tabs on him,
I think
he's gonna lose his shit, and this whole family reunion will crumble to the ground. So,
Is this something where when you confront him about it, he denies it, and you need to capture proof
I
somehow?
suspect he does deny it. Yes.
we just want to have.
Suspect. So this is just like a.
If it comes to a he said she said thing, we're not going to be able to sort of that won't hold up at
So we need recorded
but we
proof.
need evidence.
Okay. I mean, it just seems awfully advanced for something so small.
It's a little. It's not a big deal. It's just enjoy yourself, have a good time,
And don't hit the mic on your chest or the guys in the van will go crazy.
A van?
Yeah, it
Wait,
really annoys them.
Oh my God! There's a van in the front of the house.
It says Mike's Flowers, but that is indeed our wiretapping van.
Jesus Christ! What? This is
And also,
much bigger than I thought.
Watch it on the Jesus Christ stuff, okay? There's a good Catholic men in that van.
I'm sorry. Can I hear them? Like, are they gonna? Do I have an earpiece, or they just are monitoring me?
A little bit of both, but yeah, they'll speak to you when they feel it necessary.
here's your earpiece.
Oh, it's a big one. So you're going to have to pretend you had an accident where you don't hear as well now.
What?
Can you hear me, son? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, peace be with you.
Okay, so
it would
make
just-
up a backstory, like you were standing next to a cannon at the circus or something, and it got in your right ear, and you don't have to pretend to be deaf for the rest of your life. Is the other thing.
So I'm going to say this is a hearing aid.
Yes,
And this is
too big to hide.
This is just because my uncle is eating too many pretzels and fruit.
Yes,
Which
That's right.
frames do you like on these video glasses?
What? Those. Look at how
Brown
thick
one?
those are.
yes.
Those look like they're out of
put
the
the brown
80s
ones
or
on you.
something.
There you go. Okay.
We're gonna have to rewrite history about your LASIK surgery. One of the lasers went haywire, and you got to wear these now at every family gathering.
Why do you need to record this on video? The sound isn't enough.
We gotta lock this down, Ben. I don't know how much more clear I can be.
Could you please not yell right into his chest? Piercingly loud for us here in the van.
Sorry, Father.
I feel like I could just talk to him and ask him to eat less pretzels, but
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, he'll tear your ass for here till Tuesday if you do something like that. But
Okay, and here's the trench coat with the fake arm. It's gonna. We need a sample of the food he's eating.
a fake arm. Can't I just take it with my own arm? This is like a robot hand.
Yes, and we're gonna need the robot hand's gonna be able to tell us on the spot what the sugar makeup is of the food. He's gonna say
What
it's
kind of
low.
technology is this?
Ben, hey,
I mean, I'll do this.
sport about this.
I'm gonna have to pin one of my arms behind my back and have this robot arm out.
Some people would think it's pretty cool that their uncle gave him a robot arm for a day.
I mean, it is cool. I didn't. Did you make this or did you rent it or?
I rented it.
Okay, that makes more sense. But
It's the spy company.
oh my gosh,
McGillicuddy's spy company.
Since 1972.
well, that's
Get out there.
That's okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. One more thing. This woman's going to pretend to be your wife.
Hello.
But I already have a wife.
Yeah.
We put her in witness protection.
Carol, where is she?
Witness
She was
protection.
at home with
The
the
less you know, the better.
This is about
she's been-
pretzels.
No,
Fruit.
it's about a family emergency is what it's about.
When do I get my wife back?
I don't. Let's not get into the details there. That might not be an option. But this will serve as a nice distraction from the robot arm, the trench coat, the thing. You'll have something to talk about. Your new wife.
What's the benefit of her being here?
I'm pregnant.
What? Am I supposed to pretend it's my baby?
Yes.
It actually is your baby.
Wait, what? How could that be possible?
We've been planning this for months, we have.
If we're going to sell this, you're going to have to become a dad.
We extracted some semen from you while you were sleeping. Several months ago.
I thought that was a dream.
You're in this. You're in this. You woke up during that? The robotic arm was supposed to do it very softly.
Was it this same arm?
By the way, there's a lot of sugar in your semen, just so you know.
I don't even know what that means.
We didn't either. But you also might one day have to watch out for type 2 diabetes.
We cut to him with the uncle. Hey, Ben, you gonna keep jerking off those pretzels?
I'm just feeling them with my normal arm. Sorry, Uncle. It's just hey, what have you been eating?
I mean, they've got me on the fruits and pretzels because of the diabetes, but occasionally I'll sneak a cheese candy, a little caramel.
Can you show it to me? What am I supposed to do?
Act confident for crying out loud, boy.
Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Can you show me the candy and put it into my hand?
Okay, here you go.
Well, thank you.
Now you've got to return a fake candy to him.
Wait, what?
That's right. So that he doesn't get suspicious, boyo.
But I don't have one.
Improvise. Your wife's life depends on it.
Wait, what? Hey, Uncle, I'll look out the window there. Look
Oh.
at that.
Okay.
Those hedges and
Oh my god.
Looking great at the van.
Mike's flowers.
Oh, Lordy.
I mean, look at me. I mean,
Jesus, protect us.
Abort! Abort!
Don't say that word.
The sign falls off. It says Father McGillicuddy Spy Services.
What was that? Is that I don't think that was a real flower company. Uh-oh.
here's your candy back. It looks a little different because it melted in my hand, and now it looks like a rock with a saran wrap around it.
Oh. That's okay.
But I wouldn't eat it.
Okay.
Just hold on to it and don't ask any questions.
Yeah, I'm not supposed to. Something fishy's going on here. I'm going to need you to wear a wire.
What?
I'm not sure what's going on, but I think between you and me, we'll get to the bottom of this, okay? That flower van took off very suspiciously. It said spy equipment on it, but I trust you. You seem like a good egg. So...
Uncle, is there any reason why you feel like your brother would need...
What did he say? What did my brother say?
He didn't. What do I do? No, they're gone.
Who are you talking to?
No one. I just hurt my ear.
Now is not a time to be jerking off.
I can't control it. It's not me.
Sweet semen starts flying everywhere.
Well, okay.
Hey, Carl, I haven't seen you in a while.
Oh,
I hired you to make that video game for me, that funny video game.
Oh.
Burn the fags?
Yeah.
I'm gay, so it's funny. I
didn't feel super comfortable with it. So I did some of the coding, but I
don't understand. What do you not feel comfortable with?
it's just the premise seems not okay. It seems offensive.
But I'm gay, so I don't take any offense with it.
I
Just have a little religious figure running around and burning gay people alive.
I know. I just can't put my name on this game.
What?
I don't want to tell you that you can't do it, but I can't do it. I'd happily make you another game, maybe something. Swap out some of the roles, and I'm on board. And maybe they're bugs.
But you're the Tony Hawk of video games. I paid for your name. I
know.
need people to know that you're the designer of the game.
I can't. I'm really excited to work with you. I'd love to be involved in a project, just not this project. I'm sorry. I did a little mock-up. Look, it's an exterminator burning bugs. Everything you wanted, minus sort of the statements.
I like the flamethrower. I like the exterminator,
Okay.
but those are bugs.
Yeah.
Did you make them gay or rainbow bugs or?
I mean,
His vein is popping out of his forehead. Just sweating so hard.
I mean, what if we just let them be bugs and then whoever's playing could determine the sexuality as they... I don't want to I can't do this. This is too. I don't want to send that message. It's too much for me. Maybe. I mean, we could make it a bug burning exterminators. I could flip it. I only have 2 mock-ups. It's an exterminator and bugs, but we can put them wherever you want. But that's all I kind of went with. I can't do the. Why do you want to do a preacher burning gay people?
Because it's subversive. It's taking ownership of something.
Okay. Nope, I can't do it.
No?
I gave it a second thought. I can't. No, I'm
Wow.
sorry.
Wow, I can't say that I'm really disappointed.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disappoint you.
There's millions of pre-orders for this game.
6 months later. And the Nobel Prize for Best Satirical Video Game goes to Burn the Fags. We'd like to acknowledge how important this was in taking ownership of bigotry and hatred against gay people and laughing in the face of that. But we don't usually do this, but there was one man who distanced himself from the project and didn't believe in its message of inclusion and acceptance. His name is Carl Albertson, the Tony Hawk of video games. And we flew him out here.
Wait, what's happening?
He's sitting in the front row, and now I'm going to do Phil Collins in the air tonight.
Oh, my God.
You're being called out, sir.
What?
How dare you? Shame on you.
What? What did I do? I thought that was... I didn't realize it was satirical.
Here's a picture of him showing that he thinks gay people are like bugs and burning all of the bugs.
No, I don't think gay people are like... I was trying an alternate approach. I thought it was still it could be a game. I didn't realize this was a satire. I'm not at fault here.
Boo.
I thought he was getting the Nobel Peace Prize. Shouldn't we be a peaceful, accepting community? Why am I getting booed?
Oh, so look who knows so much about how the Nobel Peace Prize is supposed to work.
No,
the most hateful man since Adolf Hitler.
Okay, that's extreme. I'm not that guy. I made look at my other games. Choose adventure. It's about building trains. That's fine.
Trains? Like in concentration camps?
What?
More like Jews.
No.
An adventure? You think the Holocaust was an adventure, sir?
No, I didn't. No, this was just about choosing a train and the tracks he would go on. I'm not trying to say
Those
anything.
6 million people didn't have a choice about the train they went on, sir. How dare you?
Oh my God. Look, I'm a kind game developer. I made, Secret Pop. It's just a popcorn game.
Secret pop, like a father who's molesting his child.
And has to keep it a secret.
No.
Or else he'll molest them even
They're
more.
little colonels and they're spies, and then when they get found out, they pop. That's all.
Is that what the father tells them? Oh, you're just a bunch of spies. Keep the secret. Keep the secret.
Or else everything's over.
This is absurd.
We're turning the lights on child molestation.
No, I'm not supporting any of those. Okay, look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that what I've done has been. I'm sorry for my involvement in this. Okay, I apologize. I won't. Oh God, everyone's misconstrued what I've said. I'm sorry. Look, I didn't mean any ill will towards anyone. I'll retire from game development if that's what you all want.
Not good enough.
What?
Burn him.
Oh my God.
Burn him.
What?
Tie him to the stake.
Today's episode of the Meat Improv is brought to you by Berserk Audio. That's BZRK Audio. Jake, what do they do?
They make tweeters for your car.
That's right. They make tweeters or treble upper mid-range audio speakers for your car. So if your stock speakers in your car are a little muffled or weird sounding, you're not getting the full trebs.
Which you're probably not if you've got stock speakers.
Yeah, I definitely am not in my car. And I just got these tweeters, and I can't wait to try them out.
Yeah, they're going to add, enrich the detail and add some clarity to those horns, pianos, snares, vocals, and strings.
These tweeters can be pivoted, Jake. You ever hear about that?
Yeah,
You can
optimal
set
placement.
up anywhere in your car. You can point them around so you can get treble pointed right at your dome.
Woo!
Oh,
If
baby.
you're living in LA, you're going to want some sweet tweets.
They're small
They're small.
and they're convenient.
They pack a punch.
So, again, it's BZRK is the name of the company. So visit bzrkaudio.com or search Amazon or eBay for BZRK.
Go berserk.
Go berserk! Let's move on to our next story. Ben, what would you like to talk about?
Oh, gosh, I don't know. I only have like two big stories. One I've talked about before. You've probably heard. Maybe, I don't know. So I was in a coma once for 2 days.
I did not know that.
What?
Mike knows the story.
Oh, it's a doozy.
No, it's not that crazy. But like when I was in Arizona and I was 22, I think, I was still in the closet. I was dating this guy and I didn't tell my parents about it. And we had done ecstasy a couple of times.
Whoa.
And it was fun. And then one time, the last time I did it, we were at a friend's party at their condo, and this guy Sky got us ecstasy from somewhere. His name is Sky. And
Is the condo a club or is it?
no,
or,
it was a condo. It was like over
Okay.
by ASU. It was like some.
Okay.
Everything's not a club. Jake.
And this guy's Sky. He's a club?
So is Arizona like a rave place?
And we took ecstasy, and then I woke up in the hospital, and I had been in a coma for 2 days. And the reverse, I had almost died apparently, and it was because when you take ecstasy, like everyone from the 90s or whatever, everyone is like always like, make sure you're hydrated, like stay hydrated. And like I already drink so much water as it is, and I think maybe what had happened is maybe something was off about it or something, and I got sick. I think I threw up, and then I just kept drinking water. And so I got water intoxication, which is like when you drink too much water
Whoa.
and your sodium level drops, and then you have seizures. And so I went into seizures.
Wow. Have you ever
And-
had those before?
No. And I obviously I don't remember any of what happened, but like the friends that I was with and then my boyfriend at the time, like they just like dumped me off at the hospital and like didn't say what had happened or what was wrong with me. Like they just left. Like it makes me think of
Oh my
like
God.
Kill Bill 1 or 2 when they just like kicks what's it, Sophie, like I don't know, but
I know you mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
but like they just like dump them off at the hospital.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so like they didn't know what was wrong with me, like what had happened. And then like my boyfriend later came to the hospital like after the fact, like when I was still alive, and like he was trying to get in to see me, but he had to talk to my family and be like, I'm your son's boyfriend, like I want to see him. And so then they found out that I was gay and that I was dating this guy all while I was in a coma.
How long were you dating him? Like, did he know that you weren't out, or did he?
Yeah, we had been dating for a while, probably like 1.5 years or something, and it was just like I just never talked about it. So they found out that I was gay and that was my boyfriend while I was in a coma. And so then when I woke up, it was just like very confusing and like
Basically, a whole new world.
it was. And I remember the doctor like was very dramatic, and he was like, "You're so lucky. Like there's a kid the floor above us that died today from the same thing," or something. Like he was like really trying to scare, like put the life of whatever.
I don't think that was true. Your thing was so specific.
And then it was, yeah, the repercussions were like, I guess the good thing was my family was so glad that I was alive that they were less upset about some of the other stuff, that they were just like, okay, like, I guess we can deal with the gay stuff, like, because you're still alive. But that's my probably craziest story. Questions, concerns.
So you came out of the
Lots of
coma
concerns.
and the
And the closet.
and the like you came out and you're like, how did you put it together? Or like, was your boyfriend and your parents there and then you were like, oh, they know now? Or like, at what point were you informed of like, we know?
I feel like when the first time I woke up, it was kind of like halfway awake, and one thing I remember is like that my sisters first husband was there, like with my family, and my boyfriend wasn't there, and I was still in this like weird mind loop of like needing to drink water or something. And so like I was screaming at my sister's boyfriend, who was this like nice little Jewish boy, like, get me some fucking water, David, like screaming at him for some reason. And I think my family was just like, we don't know what's happening. And like, he was just like, Ben, I can't give you water. And I was like, give me some fucking water. But I thought like it was a dream or something.
Yeah.
But then when I woke up for sure, I'm pretty sure my boyfriend was there. And I was just like, this is complicated.
Yeah. Wow.
Did the conversation happen after the hospital? That's that too much?
I mean, I think when we got back from the hospital, that was when we got more into the meat of stuff of being like, yeah, I've been seeing this guy for a long time and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
I think we took it slow in the hospital.
Yeah.
So first it was just, we're just glad you're alive. And
Glad you're alive. And it was kind of like hard to like, I even remember like it was the year that like Kate and Leopold came out or something, because I had an Entertainment
everyone's
Weekly.
benchmark.
I had an Entertainment Weekly, and I was like trying to read it to like kill time while I was in the hospital.
that's our modern day BC and AD, really.
But I couldn't like concentrate. Like I could barely read at the time. It was like my brain was like re-waking up or whatever. So it was like, it was crazy to try to be reading and being like, I can't even read a magazine. Like, what's going on?
Interesting. Do you have any like flashes from like what, like in the coma? Like
No, I mean,
it's just basically darkness.
The
then?
only thing it's like that half waking up and yelling at my sister's first husband to get me water is the
Or
only
was it
thing
just
I
like the
remember.
2 days were just gone?
Yeah, it was just gone. And like, I don't even remember, like I worked at Target at the time, and I think my mom had to like call in and be like, my son won't be coming in for a couple of days. Like, but she didn't really explain it in a way. So then when I went back to work, they were like, what happened? I don't even remember what I told them. I just think I told them I was sick or something like that. But yeah, it's pretty crazy to have 2 days go by and no recollection of it.
Were you pissed at your boyfriend that he kind of just dumped you at the hospital?
Yeah, there's resentment there, obviously. Yeah. I mean, because I think that my family was just angry where they were like trying to get the information and be like, what did he take? What happened? And they wouldn't say because they were worried they were going to get in trouble. So I don't know. Yeah, kind of. We still dated for several years after the fact, but it definitely is a weird rift.
That's a little PSA for our listeners. Like, doctors need information.
Yeah, make sure you drink Gatorade if you're doing ecstasy. Don't drink water.
Tons of water. Interesting. Huh. I've like a bunch of questions, but I don't know where to begin. How long were you in the hospital?
Probably just maybe 2 days after I woke up, so not that long.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it in Arizona? Is it like, I imagine it's a bigger deal to have ecstasy and that kind of thing? You know what I mean? Like, I guess it's all illegal. Ecstasy is pretty much illegal everywhere.
Yeah.
But I know like in New York, if you have like over like a certain amount of weed, it's like jail. Whereas in like California,
I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's a good question. Like, I don't know why they were so, obviously you're not supposed to be doing ecstasy, but like, I don't think it carried such a stigma that I don't know why they were like, we have to dump him off at the hospital and not say like our friend might die, but it's better than
I think
us
that's
like
just
getting
being
in
like
trouble.
college age and just being dumb,
stupid.
just like
Yeah.
being afraid of not knowing what's going to happen.
Sorry.
No, that's great.
Oh, God.
Our lives
It was
are
a
all
long
so
time
fragile.
ago, though, so it doesn't bother me now. You guys can make fun of it.
I'm talking real shit. Things I should tell me. So got a truth.
Okay, guys. Ben's going to be over. Just hide your water bottles. Maybe like pour out the water in the refrigerator.
I hate that we have to do this.
So do I, but he's got he had a problem.
There's still the kitchen sink, the bathroom sink, the toilet,
I'll just, well,
the bathtub. But there's no way to stop him.
we'll just, I'll turn off the water. I'll turn off the water for a couple of hours.
God, what if I have to shit?
What if you have to shit?
Terry is going to have to shit. I guarantee it.
It's not about you right now. It's about Ben, okay?
All right. But this has to
can
be
hold it.
This has to be the day that we talk to him about this. All right.
Okay, well, just ease into it. Okay. Hey, buddy.
Hey.
How's it going, guys?
Good. Good. How are you? Thanks for coming over.
You want a vodka or some tequila or something?
No.
Juice. A smoothie.
No, that's
Soup?
soup. No,
Some broth. You want to make some broth?
how thick is the broth?
It's pretty thick.
Oh, could you maybe water it down a little bit, or?
Hey, let's just watch the Oscars.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll just tune in for the very end of it. And the best picture is The Shape of. You know what? I don't.
Wait.
Yeah,
watch something else.
What
Yeah,
movie?
yeah.
What movie were they talking about?
It's who cares what those Hollywood elites are
fish
doing?
fucking or
Yeah.
something.
Who cares about the Hollywood elites?
Yeah.
Holly weird.
Yeah.
Look at all these snacks, guys. These are salty snacks: pretzels,
Oh shit!
chips.
Peanut.
Can I? You guys have any water?
Don't put us in that position.
Come on, it's not going to happen again. I can drink a normal amount of water.
I don't think you can. Frankly, I think the problem is you have a couple waters and then you're like in water mode, and then
It's
It's like
crazy.
you're another person.
You screamed at my boyfriend.
Well, he tried to take my water away.
Okay, but you lashed out at him, okay? You'd had enough water. The doctor said so.
You punched my gardener and took his hose from him when he was trying to.
He wouldn't let me drink from the hose.
I really don't see why that was so urgent right then. You hit him in
I
the
was
face.
thirsty, and he wouldn't let me have it. Water is a commodity. It's a thing that everybody deserves.
Look, Ben, I think you have a problem with drinking water.
What are you talking about?
We all do, right, guys?
Yeah, we do. I was at your house last week, and I found a water bottle in the tank of the toilet.
speaking of,
Oh, Terry, not now.
Terry, we're building to something.
I know. I'm just. It is
When we're done, just run to the 7-Eleven, all right?
crossing my legs.
I prefer filtered water, and people are just always up my ass about it, so I hid it in the toilet tank.
You don't think that's a problem? You don't think there's a problem with that?
I don't think it's a problem. I better go to the bathroom. Where's your bathroom?
It's around the corner. Somebody go with him.
What?
I'll go. Terry, you don't go.
Terry, you stay out here with me.
I'm sorry. I'm going to have to wait in here while you.
What? Why?
It's for your own good.
I don't actually need to pee. I just need to wash my hands.
We shut the water off, Ben.
What?
We shut all the water off.
You shut the water off?
Yes.
You could wash with just soap.
Or Purell.
Oh, yeah, or Purell.
Yeah, soap will just stay on your hands and make it all filmy.
Give me some fucking water. Turn on the water.
Hey, okay, all right,
Okay, take it
okay. It's getting angry. Last time we did this, you stiff armed my dog away from a dog bowl.
Yeah. Take it easy.
Ben, you stole like $4 out of my wallet to buy a case of water at Costco. I needed that $4.
It's just, I'll get you back, man.
Yeah, I'm tired of the I'll get you backs, you know? I'm tired of the lying.
Is that a cactus? Is that a cactus that you have?
Yeah, it is. Oh, Ben, please. A succulent? We're checking you in.
Can I what?
We're checking you into passions? What's
Yes, passion. It's named after the soap opera. Passions H2O Rehabilitation Center.
It's in Malibu. Which is
That sounds great.
It's right next to Promises.
It's right next to the ocean.
Yeah.
That sounds like a dream.
You can't drink salt water. We've been over that.
Oh
I
man.
get so sick every time that happens, Ben.
Oh, but it tastes so sweet. Give me that cactus.
No,
Give me
Ben.
that cactus. I'm gonna cut it open.
No, you're not. You need help.
Excuse me, I've got the camel for the petting zoo. Oh, sorry. The children's birthday party must be next door. I'll just take this camel with me.
Oh man. I gotta get that camel. Even though its humps are filled with fat and not water, because I'm an educated person, I could sell that camel to the zoo and use it to buy water.
I didn't know that they're filled with fat.
Yes, it's not water. It's fat.
Yeah, what the fuck? If they were filled with water, it'd be all lumpy and.
Well, they are all lumpy. That's the definition of a camel.
No, they'd be like sloshed to the side, like a.
Well, surely there's bone or cartilage on the outer part.
No. Let's go take a look at this camel. Excuse me.
Yes?
We have a couple of camel questions here.
Oh, sure.
What are the humps? What would you say they're made out of?
What are they made out of?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's bones and cartilage on the top, but inside they're filled with pure fat.
Got it. Well, there you have it.
There we have it. Where's Ben?
He's riding the camel towards the zoo.
We're gonna make some money.
You have any wet wipes or anything like that?
Oh, you shit your pants.
Terry.
Josh, you should know I told your parents about us.
Wow.
I mean,
What do you mean? But
you slipped and hurt your arm, and I didn't know if you were going to be okay, and I just felt like they needed to know, so I told them everything.
I mean, what's to tell? We've been dating for like two months.
Just 2 months? Is that? This has been the most wonderful 2 months of my life.
Still 2 months. Like, we haven't really had a conversation ourselves.
We haven't had a conversation we haven't talked at all?
I mean, like, are we exclusive? Are we not?
Oh, we can't put the genie back in this bottle, I guess.
Well, what? I don't think this is just being weird. Also, like, where'd you tell him? I slipped. I hurt my arm. I went to the doctor by myself. I got a cast on it.
I should have gone with you. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't
I got
need to.
scared. I got scared.
Scared of what?
Anyway, I was rifling through your things and I found their number. And I
Don't.
called them. Well, I didn't know if you were coming back.
From what? A broken arm?
Josh, you don't know how these things can escalate, all right?
I do.
My uncle went into the doctor because his finger hurt and it turned out to be a blood infection. He was dead 12 years later.
From the blood infection?
No, it was a car accident. But I'm saying the blood infection was way more serious than the hurt finger.
Yeah, that doesn't add up. Hey, yeah, we should talk. We should talk. We need to talk about boundaries.
Well, we're going to have to talk about it with your parents because I told them to fly out.
Oh, this is a nightmare. What? My dad is afraid of planes. He's claustrophobic. He gets so nervous. You got him on a plane? That's a huge, huge deal.
Ding dong.
Oh, God.
Here's the door.
Yes.
I conquered my fear of flying for true love.
Oh,
I'm here.
Hey, Dad.
Oh, your mother's here too?
Oh, Josh.
Huh? She said, the Supreme Court can wait. Our little boy almost died, and he's in love.
I did not almost die. I think Mike might
Look
have.
at your arm.
I did break it. It's honestly just the ulna. So,
Well, we're here for you.
Okay.
For both of you.
good thing for me he's right-handed, right?
Don't like that, Mike. Okay. Hey, I wasn't really planning on this.
I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions about Josh's inner life, and I'm happy to answer any of them.
Yeah, I mean, you probably know him best.
I wouldn't say that. I don't know how Mike and I. It's been going great.
He just clams up around his folks. You can tell us what's got him ticking inside. What's he passionate about? Where's he headed?
He wants to draw. He wants to draw, and
What? I didn't know that.
I didn't know that
he's
either.
working at the law firm, but it's not where his heart is.
Please, we don't need to go over.
Always see him doodling. He looks at the funnies, and I can hear him mumbling to himself, I could do that.
I said that one time just because I didn't like a family circus. I thought it was a stupid family circus. The whole premise of the thing is
that sentence doesn't make any sense.
it makes a lot of sense. The whole premise of it was just he thought that whatever he couldn't pronounce the word spaghetti. And I was like,
Let your guard down. Just be open
Get angry.
with us.
It's okay.
I don't need everyone talking about me. I'm a fucking good lawyer is what I am. I'm a good lawyer.
Look at how upset he is. You don't want to be a lawyer.
Mom, don't touch my shoulders like that.
Calm down.
There, let it out.
Dad, quit nodding at me. This makes it even more frustrating. Yes. No. I have some serious things. We fucked after a grinder date, and I committed to it a little too hard because I didn't want to just be the one night stand type of guy. All right, you're nodding. You'd be mad at me for this.
He yells like this sometimes.
No, I mean what I'm saying. I don't really have a deep connection with you. The fact that you rifled through my things after I broke my arm and then cited some finger incident that happened to your uncle, and then he got hit by a car makes no sense. You two.
This is the passion we're talking about. It's clear that only Mike can bring that out.
No.
Here, climb up into my arms. I'm going to hold you. Come here.
Kind of forcing me.
There. Look at that. Your mother and I are so...
No.
I'm just glad to see you happy.
Yeah. I wasn't sure, but I am now. Here's my tuxedo blazer that my best man made for me on my wedding.
What the hell is that?
And I want you to have it.
It's all filthy.
I'm glad you're
covered in love.
bringing that because I guess I also had an ulterior motive in inviting you guys. Josh, as I hold you here like a little bird with a broken wing, I can think of no better time than to ask you to be my husband.
I just broke up with you. I understand.
Don't fight it. We're okay with you.
Oh,
We accept
don't
you.
be scared because of us.
Don't be scared.
Support this.
No, I'm not scared. I'm not interested.
You're a cartoonist. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to keep holding you and take out my cell phone and then cradle it with my shoulder.
so
Okay, I got it.
uncomfortable.
No, it's fine. Hello.
Hello. This is a reminder from the elementary school that we are looking for anyone, literally anyone, to have coffee with our principal.
Listen to me, you pre-recorded piece of shit. Why don't you take every brick from that elementary school and use it to smash your dick off and then shove it up your butt? Just like my future husband did on our first Tinder date, the night that I knew he was going to be the man I was going to marry. So go fuck yourself. Oh, can you hit the off button, sweetie? I can't get it while I'm holding you.
Yeah, there you go. Boop. Thank you. God.
We cut to the elementary school. We got him on tape. We got it. Okay. We got him on tape talking about putting penis in the butt. Okay.
The net is closing.
All right, Ben. It's up to you. We need you to go use the robotic arms to build an archway at their wedding.
Why?
We've got to see this thing through to the end.
What is this solving?
We've got him on tape as having an anger problem. Now we've just got to seal the deal by making an archway at a wedding that could disrupt his fashion or
Yes, the archway can't match the fashion.
okay.
It seems to be some kind of assumption that gay people are really upset about fashion. Oh, that would ruin their wedding.
Oh no.
Cut to Nobel Prize 2019.
And the Nobel Prize for gay awareness goes to the secret spy agency. But there was one person who opposed gay marriage and felt like they didn't deserve to even wear clothes at all on their wedding day. No. That was this man right here, who I've invited to come sit in the front row like Phil Collins in the Air Tonight urban legend.
I just want my wife back. Where's my wife? I said I didn't want to build an archway. I didn't say gay people can't
Oh, well,
get married.
you won't have to build an archway at all anymore. And there's your wife right there. Say goodbye to her.
Carol!
Burn her! Burn Carol!
What have you done? No.
What have you Ben, wake up. Ben, wake up. Ben. Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God. You were starting to convulse. We didn't know if you were going to make it. You came out of it.
Oh my God. I didn't even know what's happening.
You've been in a coma for the last 2 days.
What happened?
You stubbed your toe. But then it turned out to be a blood infection.
What?
And then a car hit you.
Oh no. They could have just told me that a car hit me.
I don't want to leave you in the dark, Ben.
Oh my God. I've been in a coma for 2 days.
Yeah, a lot has changed since then. Kate Leopold came out on Friday.
Everything's different now.
In that Meg Ryan movie where what's his name?
Hey, you better not ask questions like this at these turbulent times, because you will be nailed to the wall on that one.
What are you talking about? What's
We're in
going
a
on?
post K and L world now, Ben.
Just as a lighthearted romantic comedy. How could the world have changed?
You clearly haven't seen the movie.
It's about a woman that falls in love with someone from the past, right? Or she goes back in time and Hugh Jackman's in it, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Yes.
Something happened to the government? Or?
The government has collapsed, Ben.
The president was so inspired by the movie, he sent his penis back in a time machine.
For what purpose?
To fuck his wife when she was younger. The wife took the dick and sat on it, and
Then he was brought up on charges for child rape.
It's a lot like the video game Secret Pop. Same plot, but in real time.
Anyway, it's too much to go into, but it set up a domino of events, and there's no government now.
Oh my God, look at all those buildings burning outside.
Yep.
Who's in charge?
Those were all buildings where people were hoping to have coffee with them. Instead, all of the bricks from the buildings were used to smash people's dicks off. Got shoved up their butts. Somehow fire broke out. I'm not sure if it was an electrical thing or...
Oh my God. What do we do?
Knock, knock. Nurse, hi, hope I'm not interrupting. Just gonna check on your vitals. You seem to be okay.
Is that your hand?
Well, huh? Yes.
Is that your real hand?
Yes. That's my real hand. I'm just here to collect a little sweet semen.
Nice and easy now, girl. No. Nice and easy.
Sweet semen. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the Meet Improv.
Yeah, thank you,
Gotta
guys.
get you out of here, but
Oh, God.
let's plug something real quick. Whatever you want to plug. Twitter.
The first season of and possibly only season of Rocky and Bullwinkle is coming out on Amazon on May 11th.
Awesome.
Will this come out before then?
Probably right around.
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
It'll stay up there even if it
Yeah,
doesn't.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You both worked on that.
Yeah, we both wrote for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
Check it out. Tweet about it.
That's great.
And
I don't
follow me
wanna-
on Twitter at BenjaminJS. And Mike.
I don't care if anyone follows me on Twitter.
You have a good Twitter though, right?
Yeah.
He has a really good
It's very
Twitter.
funny.
Jake.
Check out We're Gross with Gilly the third Thursday of the month at UCB Franklin. And Mondegreen, a Herald team.
I'm at Mr. Josh Simpson on Twitter. You can like The Meat Improv on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Hey, rate us and review us in the iTunes store. Get us more listeners. And since you're probably an improv nerd, if you're listening to this, tell your friend about this podcast. Tell your fellow improv nerd. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you next time on The Meat
This has been a Boardwalk Audio podcast. For more information and shows, visit boardwalkaudio.com. Don't forget to rate and subscribe now.